Gametime Arena. Two of the hottest teams in the NBA, Lakers, Warriors, meet for the fourth and final time in the regular season. No one wants to face either in the playoffs, and there's a chance they could meet each other. Tip-off coming up at 7 over on TNT. Hello and welcome to Access SportsNet Lakers, brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Chris McGee, James Worthy, Mike Bresnahan. We're going to talk to Mike Trudell and Allie soon. They're down at the arena. How's everyone doing? You ready for a big one?
Huge. It's a big game, Pete.
Almost like playoff atmosphere. Anytime the Lakers play the Warriors, particularly in the LeBron James arrival, it's a big matchup.
Totally agree. A look at the numbers for the Lakers going into tonight's Western Conference showdown against the Warriors. So the Lakers are currently third in the West at 46-29. There's 7 games left in the regular season. They're 3-0 versus the Warriors this season, but they haven't played in a while. 9-8 record in March for the Lakers, and 29-9 at home, which is one of the better home records in the association. Let's go to that Rockets win real quick. Big game. That was a big one. Their Western Conference run has been pretty impressive. I think they won, 11 or 12 in a row against Western Conference teams. Also, the way they grinded that one out, just 39% from the field, but found a way to win. Got some great production from Gabe and Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's one of those, like, had that playoff feel, James, where, like, it's ugly sometimes, but, you know, battle, you know.
Yeah, you're going to have to win that way. It was a grind game where, you know, as you mentioned, you know, maybe the shots weren't going down as you wanted, but you found a way to, you know, knock down your free throws in this game. You got to the line a lot. They also got something that they're going to have to rely on more of, and that's consistent bench production. Yes. You know, getting, almost plus 40 points. And I think that's trending in the right direction, particularly with Gabe. Vinny can shoot that three. He's pretty consistent. He's not afraid to knock it down. So, you know, I think that was key to have. You had the bench, and then you had, you know, your 3 stars. Obviously, you know, they're going to do what they can do. But it was a good collective effort, getting some loose balls and getting some things that they usually lose out on. So, good victory. Move into this one.
Tell you what, that same Houston team the night before had almost 150 points against Phoenix. And for the Lakers to hold them under 100, that's impressive. Yeah. That's a really good effort by the Lakers. And like you said, Geet, it was a grind-em-out game. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't a 126 to 125 final score where the flow was fun to watch and just back and forth, James. Nothing like that, but the bench definitely carried the game. And frankly, they needed to.
Yep.
Because none of the starters really shot that well, Geet. Jackson Hayes, not really part of the program. He only played 14 minutes, had a few points. Rui didn't shoot well. You know, Austin Reeves had 12 points. Yeah. So it wasn't like a
tough defensive team, Houston, too.
No doubt. Yeah. And also, you kind of served a little notice to a rising young Houston team that,
no doubt,
you know, hold on a sec, guys. Hold on.
Yeah. Tonight, as we move forward into this matchup, you know, you were just saying, James, about the vibes down there. It's got that feeling, everyone kind of talking about it around town. Warriors are rolling. Could be a first-round preview. If you look at the standings right now, Lakers are in that 3rd spot, just 2 games behind them in that 5th spot. The Warriors, and bottom line, like, when they play, James is right. I mean, it's special. It's fun. It's always a great game.
It has been, and it's getting ready to go to another level.
Yeah.
Since the arrival of Butler, the way they have been playing since he's arrived has given them a true, legitimate option threat each game that enhances everybody else around them. When you have a player like Butler, you know, everybody else is elevated. Moody, Hill, Payton, all those guys, along with Draymond and Steph. So you just mentioned what their record has been. They're a trending team. It's like their last chance almost. Steph Curry still one of the best shooters, the best shooter in the NBA. And with Butler, not a big-time three-point shooter, but a guy that can get to the line. They get more free throws there. It's dangerous. Dangerous team again.
James, I'll tell you what, my personal goal for this team coming into the season, and that team looked a lot different 6 months ago, avoid the play-in. My gut feeling is if the Lakers win today, they're going to avoid the play-in. It's not mathematical. It's not official. But if they can beat this Golden State team that is right behind them in the standings, only by a couple games, and there's a bunch of teams around that Golden State team as well, I just have a good feeling that they can finally say, all right, you know, we're going to avoid that play-in. It's been such a, I like the tournament, but I'd rather watch it from home heat and while the Lakers go probably a week between games if they do manage to finish top 6. So I think today is kind of the forget the play-in game, avoid the play-in, you know, that type of thing, and get a good win against a team that's really been playing good.
3-0. 3-0 this season. Let's see if we can make it 4-0.
Great. Let's get you live to downtown LA. Laker reporter Mike Trudell is standing by with the latest. Michael?
Hey guys, definitely the buzz of a playoff game here in downtown Los Angeles. You can feel it from a media standpoint. Fans filtering in a little bit early. Steph's finishing his shooting right now behind me. And look, the Lakers have dominated this matchup this season 3-0, but all 3 of those games came before the trade for Luka Doncic, or at least, you know, Luka was traded for and didn't play in the game in February, and then Jimmy Butler coming right after that for the Warriors. And since they got Jimmy Butler, Golden State has gone 19-4 in the games that he's played. They lost the only one that he didn't. So all of that sets up for a terrific game here. And I started with JJ Redick by just asking what has he seen from the team since then, and can they take anything from the first 3 matchups considering the big changes?
I think the identities of the teams are still very similar. You know, Jimmy's obviously a fantastic player, as is Luka. You know, for them, they're doing a lot of the same stuff. You know, we got to be great with our off-ball discipline and Curry awareness, and you know, it's hell trying to guard him. So. And then, you know, I talked about this after the 3rd time we played them, but there's a tendency, and I've seen it now for 10 years, 11 years. You know, when he gets going, and frankly, when he starts moving, there's an overreaction to that, and they get layups. And so, you know, again, our discipline in the half court with our off-ball rules has to be really good, and like any opponent, we're the opponent tonight. He tests those rules every single night. He's one of one. And then the other part is, you know, they were already a really good defensive team. Jimmy has just elevated that. You know, just elite defenders in Jimmy and Draymond, and they're even more disruptive. Both those guys are very, very intelligent defenders and make it hard on you.
I want to say that this was the first time since February that you guys had 2 days in a row without a game. Does that sound right to you?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, without March. Yeah. How could you use that, and do you feel like that was that could be just beneficial mentally, physically?
Yeah, I think it was great to have a full day off without the consternation that comes with knowing there's a game the next day. There's a real, like, effect to that on your mind and your body and your spirit, just that living on edge. I think when you have 2 days in between, you can actually take a pause for a brief 12 hours while you're awake. We got a lot done yesterday. Feel good about what we were able to get accomplished, and I know it was a busy day for a lot of us with team photos and practice and UCLA hospital visit, and then the Lakers All Access last night, which some of us had to attend, myself included.
All right, and no injuries to report from the Lakers standpoint, guys. That has been a rarity this season, and certainly very encouraging at the right time. The only one we're waiting for from a Golden State standpoint is Jonathan Kuminga. Steve Kerr said he was a game-time decision, so we'll see. Maybe by the time that Allie comes up, we'll have that information.
Isn't that refreshing, Michael? Clean bill. Everybody is available.
Knocking on wood.
Just in time. Yep, knock on that wood. All right, thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. Lakers will look to make it 12 straight wins at home over a Western Conference opponent. Gabe Vincent was a big part of win number 11, 20 points off the bench against the Rockets. He tied his season high with 6 made threes. And coming up on Access.
Chào mừng các bạn đã đến với kênh YouTube của mình. Lại là mình đây. Video ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục đi tô màu để cho các bạn cùng xem. Và ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tô màu những sản phẩm, đó là những con vật, đó là những đồ vật, hoa quả, vân vân. Để làm được video tô màu thì mình sẽ chuẩn bị những dụng cụ, đó là đầu tiên là điện thoại này. Điện thoại để quay lại quá trình mình làm này. Đây là bút sáp màu này. Đấy. mình sẽ tiến hành tô màu và mời các bạn cùng theo dõi quá trình mình tô màu. Và mình mong rằng các bạn hãy ấn like và đăng ký kênh để ủng hộ mình. Mình cảm ơn các bạn rất là nhiều.
Nhưng mà xong chưa tháo xong, bây giờ chưa tiếp tô màu nữa. Này thì kiểu công, em không đi được. Cứ cột tay người. Hả? Giảm cân giảm cân. Có thế rồi. Mẹ em cái gì đấy mình... Đi sang